Ladies and gentlemen, history was just made recently on Black Ops 2. The highest round ever on the game was just hit. Shout out to Orion for showing us this video. But before we get into that, I want to show you guys something crazy. This is one of the Die Rise Pack-a-Punch camos, and I have a lot of this exclusive stuff on Twitter for you guys where I tell you all about this type of stuff. And if you guys are interested, all you gotta do is come over to my Twitter, click the subscribe button, and you can get access to it. It's $3. You basically have all this access to be able to support, to vote for what you want to see in all of the upcoming maps that we're doing all the way until the Great War Custom Zombies map. So that's going to be exciting. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, shout out to Orion.
Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you might be in the world. Today I have a very interesting and special video that I wanted to make, as it's just coming off a recent achievement that was accomplished in the last few days. I haven't done a commentary in a bit, but I felt this deserved to have one to it. As someone who has loved playing Call of Duty Zombies for the majority of his gaming life, since I started playing it back in the early days of Black Ops 2, there has always been an appreciation for the level of accomplishment in some of the achievements that we have seen and been shown throughout the years on so many of these different games.
And I know a lot of people might be thinking, well, I thought 255 was even possible because it's possible on BO3, but on BO2, 255 is not a thing, ladies and gentlemen. 255 was only a BO3 concept. So when you go back and see that 234 now is the highest round for BO2 with no double Pack-a-Punch, no crazy wonder weapons or anything like that, it's a massive amount of respect in my opinion.
And their zombies modes. Today we have yet another one that I believe should be shared throughout the entirety of the Call of Duty community, new and old. What you are seeing here on screen is gameplay from a Zombies player named Issue Z. And
shout out my boy, Issue Z.
And here he achieved the world record, a new world record, of reaching the highest round ever recorded on the map Buried in Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Wow, and of course it's Buried
again, just in case everybody didn't quite catch it. This man has reached the highest round ever, not just on the map Buried, but on all the maps in the entirety of Black Ops 2 Zombies.
And who would have thought that it would have been with the trample steam? Because I know apparently now it's possible that for Die Rise and Buried, obviously, to hit these highest rounds. But for Buried to be the way and using the trample steam is crazy. Because even the round 100 on Buried is pretty difficult. And so I imagine this strat is going to be insane.
Insane history in the making.
70
and it should
days.
Absolutely be talked about.
Look at that timer on the top right.
Also, please do go check this man out. This
For
is his
real,
gameplay,
go check out the issues
through his Twitch.
Yes,
which
and I'll have this video in the link as well.
And I'm going to put here on screen for you all to see. On top of this as well, please do go find him on Twitter too. That is also going to be linked in the description.
Yeah, I'll
this
find
man
him on
deserves
Twitter too.
Every amount of praise possible for completing this record. Basically, I also kind of want to go into the details behind why I think this is truly one of the best world records we have ever seen from any
I mean, just look at the amount of time,
from a
bro.
Call of Duty perspective.
That's the thing.
So firstly, I just want to address something that most people probably won't think is that big of a deal, but in my mind, I do think it is. You'll notice on screen with this gameplay that this man is doing this on console, specifically Xbox.
Wow.
All the previous high round records for Buried, they were all done through PC. And also, this now officially makes this the second map in the game that a high round record was done on console.
So this is the thing that we're figuring out with the older COD games, right? From World at War to BO2, I feel like a lot of the world records are actually better to get on console because the console can somehow run longer than the PC version of the game. So that's fascinating that that's happening with the older games. But then with the newer Call of Duty games, the PC is the only way to get a lot of these higher rounds because of the movement, because of a lot of different things. It's very interesting how that works between each of these consoles.
The Nuketown high round world record, which was also done on Xbox. From a technical standpoint,
and that was by Figsu.
You would think that PC would be the easier route to go because there is a less likely chance that your game will crash and you'll have connection issues. And at the same time, if you are somebody who wants to train zombies, from what I've seen, doing it on PC looks a lot more simpler and easier, especially with the ability to change your FOV slider and see more of your surroundings.
That's true.
So from that side of things, that's the first point I want to to address for why this world record is so impressive. The second point that I want to bring up is with regards to the game itself in Black Ops 2. I have seen many different world records done through each zombie mode in every COD game that has it. In my personal opinion, I think the two games that, at least from a high round perspective, are the hardest to go from round to round are the original Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2.
I fully agree. And I even think that World at War Der Riese is pretty difficult too. Sure, Shi No Numa and Verrückt and Nacht, you can get away with the flamethrower and the traps and all of that, but like with BO1 and BO2, man, there's very little room for error, especially because, yeah, the wonder weapons aren't great. It's not like BO3. It's not like double PAP. It's crazy how much difficult it is. And also, you have to respect close to 3 days of game time. Again,
just considering
anytime I see that, I'm just like, yeah, this is
insane. What the newer games do have
with
regards to things like gobblegums, elixirs, enhanced pack-a-punch abilities for your guns, and so on. It basically makes reaching high rounds in those games more comfortable and easier, if that makes any sense.
That's the truth.
I'm not saying it makes it any shorter for how long it takes to reach said high rounds, but it does make it easier in those games and less stressful. Here in Black Ops 2, again, looking at his gameplay, this man is in such a confined space inside the saloon, training zombies.
Training in this area is not easy because you can see these tables and like their hitboxes are really weird because they're like jagged squares in where you can run. And so in this area, yeah, it's great for the trample steam over here, but it's pretty darn difficult to run this route. He's using the ballistic knife,
while using the trample steam trap to kill the zombies effectively and quickly. Again,
this is the best way to take out zombies.
Is extremely difficult with just regular pack-a-punch guns.
They're like a bazillion health.
It's suicide if you try.
It is suicide.
So again, taking into consideration the game itself, it just makes this record look so much more impressive. The reason I didn't even mention the game like World at War as being hard to get high rounds in is because that game, with all the issues that it has, makes getting to high rounds on that game
pretty
a lot
easy
than people think, as long as you are doing certain things correctly.
Yeah, a lot of people think that World at War is really difficult because it's the oldest game, but because it's the oldest game, it also has the easiest glitches to bypass to get to high rounds, right?
Just look at the from Krups.
I mean,
if you
literally
are able to time certain things correctly,
perfect example.
To a high enough round, you'll be able to
round
get
10,800,
especially when the zombies have no health. So again, Black Ops 2 is an extremely hard game.
Also, again, like there are records now that have like the highest record that's ever been made for COD Zombies has 300 hours. This is 98 hours.
Something like this to be accomplished in. In the end, though, I think the last thing that I want to address with regards to this specific world record is comparing it
also, I thought that said 70 days before.
To others that have been achieved.
70 hours.
Not in the sense that it would degrade anyone else's world record. Absolutely not. But to basically put it up there with the likes of so many of the other great records that we have seen achieved over the years. Just in the last few months, we saw another insane world record here on Black Ops 2 from a Zombies player by the name of Shades, who achieved...
this Transit World Record was nasty. If y'all haven't seen me react to this, boys, this was for real, like, quite literally the most perfect run I've ever seen on Zombies, especially for Transit. This was fire.
The solo world record
this was
on the
so
map Transit
cool.
in under 12 minutes from completing the Easter egg. A record that when the game first launched was never supposed to be achieved in the first place.
Exactly.
And it is extremely hard to do solo, especially when we are talking about nailing down a lot of the timings that come with a record like that. Or if we mention another big record,
it's not just about
like
taking zombies.
I've mentioned already, which is, some would say, the greatest world record ever achieved in Zombies history. The solo high round record on the...
The solo high round record by Krups is huge. Also, the one that was also put into like an actual article was the recent Knock 255 on BO3 because people did not think that that was possible. Also, the GK 255 that was recently solved like a year or two ago now. That was insane as well.
The original Shi No Numa in World at War from Krups,
these rounds,
where he reached
high rounds runs are just mind-blowing
in the span of 100+ hours. I would absolutely put this new world record up there with the likes of those few that I named.
100%.
And any other one that was extremely
and I haven't heard people talk about this.
One of the top 3 most impressive records committed on this game and in COD Zombies history. Originally, the record was 233 rounds, which was achieved by 2 other different Zombies players in the last 3 years.
Wonderful, I know, was one of them.
But here we are now, and that record is broken. And we have a new round for people to try and beat on this game if they so choose to do so. Again, I cannot stress enough how amazing it is that the Call of Duty Zombies...
Yo, let's go! He's repping the Die Rise Remastered. Also, like I said, I'm going to use this time to shout out my freaking Twitter, bro. Listen, like I said, y'all, I'm telling you, shout out to y'all. Sub to what I got because, listen, boys, we got some juicy... Here, I'll show you another one. Look at this. Look at these wall buys that we got. That's all I'm going to show you. You got to sub for the rest. That's all I'm going to show you, boys. I'm telling you, we're going to have it so where this can be a remastered version, exactly like BO2, and then a reimagined version where we add certain things like a shared inventory, like a couple of little things here and there. You'll like it. I know you will. I know you will.
Still reigns on to this day with how much impressive and cool stuff that it garners, whether it be from creating insane custom maps,
we will have more gameplay of this up soon,
disposal, or to these insane achievements and world records that we are able to witness on video and also keep track of through the help of zombiesworldrecords.com, which is where all this information is stored for these records. I myself have a few records under my belt as well, and I'm currently trying to reach the #1 spot in the world all time in Diner Turned in Black Ops 2.
Ooh,
it might not happen, but it is something fun that
I haven't heard of that record.
The love that I have for a game like Black Ops 2.
I would love to try that.
There is so much passion inside of this community, and I'm just glad to see all these years later, even with some of the bad strings of zombies modes that we've gotten recently, that we are able to keep going with stuff like that.
Yes, sir. Amen.
In the future, we continue to see more.
Amen. Orion, amen, bro. For real. Like, this goes to show the level of passion. I always say this. There's no other zombies community. There's no other gaming community like the zombies community. The passion, the level of interest, like the fact that the community is bringing out Zombies Chronicles 2, we still want to keep this game alive. And even after there's things that we still want to do, like with me and the Great War and how you can sub in my Twitter and check all that. I'll tell you, man.
So again, go check out all the information that I have linked in the description and shown on screen with regards to all these different players and the records that are listed on that website. Again, massive shout out to Issue Z for achieving
Issue Z, Orion.
We know,
I'll have them both in my description. Check them out.
Never accomplished again.
Yeah,
I
for
hope
real.
you get a lot of attention from this, and hopefully other big zombies YouTubers catch on to it as well and cover it, because
I'm here.
It's just that impressive.
I'm here. Tell Noah J
on Call of Duty Zombies, and hopefully I can continue with that with what I'm currently going for right now with Diner Turned.
I'm curious what his Diner Turned
here
run is going to
be. If you did, be sure to drop
a
like and comment down below.
235. Oh, so it was. I was gypped. I thought it was 234 the whole time. It was 235. Orion, go check out this gamer for real. That's got to be it. But ladies and gentlemen, Die Rise Remastered. I'm telling you, sub to the thing, bro. Sub